Call to order the Canton Township Board of Trustees regular board meeting at 6:03 PM. Clerk Seegers, can you please take roll call?
Let the record reflect that trustee Snyderman is absent.
Great, thank you. Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved. Support.
Motion made by Tanya Ganguly, supported by Summer Foster. Trustees, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. We're going to probably move things around a little bit today while we wait for our closed session to start. So the next, why don't we look at the next item, which would be, what is next? The approval of minutes for April 25th, 2003, and May 2nd, 2023.
Support.
Motion made by Clerk Seeger, supported by Trustee Borninski. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Okay, public comment on agenda items only.
Madam Supervisor, I would like to entertain a motion to amend the agenda and move public comment on agenda items only till after the closed session.
Okay.
Support.
Motion made by Clerk Seeger, supported by Trustee Slavens. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Can I have a motion to pay the bills?
Madam Supervisor, I motion that we pay the bills.
Support.
Motion made by Treasurer Slavens, supported by Clerk Seegers. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Okay, we have a few minutes till the closed session starts, so we can go on to.
Madam Supervisor, I move that the board go into closed session for the purposes of under, let's see here, MCL 15.268, Section 8, subsection E, to consult with its attorney regarding trial or settlement strategy in connection with specific pending litigation, and that is in the case of Canton Township of Canton v. 44650 Incorporated.
Support.
Motion made by Clerk Seeger, supported by Trustee Borninski. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This would be a roll call vote. Borninski,
Aye.
Foster,
Aye.
Ganguly,
Aye.
Graham Hudek,
Aye.
Segrist, aye. Slavens. All right.
To move us out of closed session.
So moved.
Support.
Motion made by Clerk Seeger, supported by Treasurer Slavens. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Okay, can we have a motion? Oh, let's do right now public comments on agenda items only. So let me look online. Public comments on agenda items only. Online, we have 2 attendees. Public comments. No comment, no comment. You can raise your hand. No public comment online. Any public comments on agenda items only in the room? No public comment. Okay, great, thank you. Can I have a motion to vote on the consent calendar?
Madam Supervisor, I move that the board approve the consent calendar as presented. Item C1, consider approving the amendment to purchase 12 Dell tablets with the addition of keyboards. And item C2, consider a resolution regarding building modifications in a planned development district.
Support.
Motion made by Clerk Seeger, supported by Trustee Borninski. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Item G1, consider approval of the purchase of one 2021 Ford Mach-E electric vehicle.
Madam Supervisor, I move to approve the purchase of one 2021 Ford Mach-E from Bill Brown Ford at 32222 Plymouth Road, Plymouth, Michigan, 48150 in the amount of $46,239. Funding for this vehicle will come from the Facilities Maintenance Capital Outlay Vehicles account.
Motion made by Clerk Seeger, supported by Treasurer Slavens. An opportunity has presented itself for Canton Township to acquire an electric vehicle and has obtained a quote from Bill Brown Ford for a 2021 Ford Mach-E in the amount of $46,239. The original price was $49,280. This is a significant discount considering that Ford does not offer any government pricing on electric vehicles. Despite being a 2021 model year, this vehicle is new and has never been titled. It was used as a show car by Bill Brown Ford. All factory warranties are intact and won't begin until purchase of the vehicle is complete. Funds to purchase a Mach-E are budgeted in the Facility Maintenance Capital Outlay Vehicles account. The budgeted dollars were approved by the Board of Trustees, and a current look at other township administrative vehicles has been evaluated for reassignment to the Facilities Division to allow for this electric vehicle purchase. The plan for the Mach-E is to make it an administrative vehicle for use by various township staff and elected officials. It should be noted that this is a fully electric vehicle capable of up to 100 miles per gallon equivalent in the city. This meets the goal of Canton Township by ensuring the fleet includes more environmentally responsible vehicles. Let me see, Director Smith isn't here. Let's see if someone's online. Oh, okay, Jade, here you go. Jade, do you want to comment on that?
Sure, thanks Supervisor. Municipal Services and the Fleet Division is pretty excited to put the first electric vehicle into the fleet as we move towards a more green alternative fuel fleet. We are looking at bringing before the board fleet transition policy in the next month or so, but this opportunity has arisen, so we really want to take advantage of that to get us moving in the right direction. But this is a great opportunity, and I know Fleet's very excited to put this into motion into the township.
Great, thank you. Any comments or questions from the board? Tanya? Oh, I'm sorry. Kate? They're pointing to.
Okay, sorry.
Kate.
Do we know how many miles it has on it since it was being used by the dealership?
Yes, it has 129 miles.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Item G2, consider approval of the purchase of a 2023 Ford Transit for the Canton Cable Television Department.
Madam Supervisor, I move to approve the purchase of one 2023 Ford Transit in the amount of $50,867,000. $50,867 using MI or My Deal contract number from Gorno Ford at 22025 Allen Road, Woodhaven, Michigan, 48183, with funds available in the capital outlay vehicles account in the amount of $60,000.
By Clerk Seeger, supported by Treasurer Slavens. The Canton Cable Television Department has budgeted to purchase a new vehicle to replace the current van that has been in use since 2013. If replaced, the current van, which meets the 10-year average requirement of the fleet replacement policy, will be reassigned to the Village Theater. The theater needs a van to replace the 2001 GMC Savannah that was taken out of service in 2022 because it was 21 years old with 149,680 miles and needed extensive repairs to the cooling and braking systems. It was also in very poor cosmetic condition with significant rust and missing paint. Fleet has obtained a quote for a 2023 Ford Transit from Gorno Ford in the amount of $50,867. This is a discount of $2,487. The discounted price is available through My Deal contract as listed. The vehicle that is proposed to be purchased has been evaluated for alternative fueling sources, including electric. It should be noted there are no electric or hybrid vehicles available that fit the needs of the department. However, the proposed Ford Transit is capable of better fuel economy than the V8-powered van it is replacing due to its smaller V6 engine. Jade, do you want to comment on this?
I think this is part of the scheduled rotation of fleet, and I will hand this over to Director Lefebvre to comment from the cable perspective.
I don't think he's on.
Oh, okay. No, I have nothing else to add then.
Okay, great. Any questions or comments from the board? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Item G3, consider waiving the bidding process and purchase office furniture.
Madam Supervisor, I move to approve waiving the bidding process and purchase 4 Kimball workstations in the amount of $12,488.50 from Kentwood Office Furniture.
Support.
Motion made by Clerk Seeger, supported by Trustee Brunzinski. The Police Department is requesting to purchase 4 Kimball workstations in the amount of $12,488.50 from Kentwood Office Furniture. The department is also requesting to waive the bidding process and purchase this furniture from Kentwood, an authorized distributor of Kimball furniture, to seamlessly fit into the current configuration of hoteling workstations purchased from Kentwood in 2018. Director Bao, do you want to add anything?
Yes, this furniture is going to be used in our area where our Special Operation Group is located. That group is not only now Canton officers, it also has one Northfield Township police officer assigned to it, and we expect some other groups to work with us in the future once the building's completed.
Questions from the board? Kate?
Yeah, so we already have some of this same furniture, and you're trying to make sure it's all integrated, right?
That's great. That's a good question, because that's why we're asking for the waiver. For it to look uniform, that would match the other furniture. It's the same company. It used to be a vendor of the township on a contract.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Item G4, consider approval to purchase INDIGOV constituent service software.
Madam Supervisor, I move to create a new purchase order to INDIGOV Corporation in an amount not to exceed $35,000 for implementation of INDIGOV CXM platform and to approve the attached budget adjustment.
Motion made by Clerk Seeger, supported by Treasurer Slavens. The Township Supervisor has directed the ITI Department to procure a solution that will help Township employees better communicate with constituents about any issues, questions, concerns, or information related to Township activities. During May 2022, the Board set aside $1 million of fund balance for future Board priorities. We are recommending using those dollars to help offset the cost of the solution for the first year. Included in the budget amendment is a transfer of funds from the Community Improvement Fund to pay for this endeavor. Director Begbu, do you want to add anything?
Just to mention that this platform will allow the township to engage the citizens in a bi-directional way that will bring about results and continue to engage citizens as well in making sure that their needs are met, particularly when they reach out to the township with regards to every need that they may have.
Thank you. Any questions from the Board? Kate?
I just wanted to clarify for anybody who might be watching that we are not spending $1 million on this right now. We are spending $35,000 this year, and then $25,000 would be the recurring fee.
That's absolutely correct.
Questions or comments? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. All right, now we move on to, let's see, public comment. I'll look online for public comment. Any public comment, please raise your hand online. You can raise your hand electronically. Any public comment? Going once, public comment online, public comment, no public comment online. Any public comment in the room? Okay, please, okay, why don't we start here? Okay. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, it's fine. It's 3 minutes for each public comment. We're just going to listen to your comment. We don't respond. It's just public comment for us to hear you at this time.
Okay, Linda Whitaker. I reside at 1657 Heritage. And Monday morning, I trapped a cat. When I was working in the yard over the weekend, I noticed there was a black cat. We've seen this black cat around our yard for the last 3 weeks, just chased it away. And I found that it was actually living underneath my air conditioner, and it was chewing on the rubber that was protecting the tubing. Once I caught the cat, I brought it to the Humane Society, and they informed me that the cat was part of a feral release program that I had no idea that Canton Township was participating in. They said this cat had been caught before. They clipped the ear so they knew it was part of their program. And then they released it. I'm over by Palmer and Haggerty, and they're releasing the feral cats to catch the rats. Well, this cat was malnourished, so obviously I didn't have any rats because it was eating nothing. And they said once they rehab the cat, this poor little cat might be released a third time back into my area, which is why I'm here. Right now, my own personal opinion is I'm against this feral release program. We've never been informed of it. Cats, just in general, they carry a lot of disease as well as a lot of wild animals, and there's a whole list of diseases that were in Wikipedia. It's a destruction of property. It was digging holes in here. He was peeing all over the place, and now I have cat pee, which really stinks. And a cat will climb into a warm engine. And I used to, when I lived in the house, I lived in this house probably for almost 40 years. My neighbor used to have cats. One of her cat got inside my engine. And if you ever see a cat that's been destroyed by an engine inside your car and trying to remove it, you never want to see that again. So I have that fear with these cats hanging around. They're also an invasive species. If the cats are hanging around the neighborhoods, well, we're trying to keep the coyotes away, and coyotes like to eat cats. The feral cats are also a danger to dogs and other cats that are pets. Then if you have a large rat, a raccoon, possum, or a skunk, they will win the fight with the cat. So here's this poor little cat who's probably going to get killed again, and not humanely. Now, if you have a bird, squirrels, mice, or rabbits, they will lose the fight with the cat. So I'm looking at them as being an invasive species that we do not need to, have in our area. There's also the interaction. Kids are attractive to cats. People are feeding the cats because they don't have enough food. And then feral cats will enter sheds and garages, and then they will attack if they're cornered. And my solution, I have a friend in Westland. She used the security pest control out of Canton to rid her area of rats. So I would, request that the board start looking into some professional instead of trying to have the feral cats around. To me, it's more humane for a feral cat to be euthanized than to be put back out in the wild and either starve or get torn apart by a predator. I have questions. I don't know if you can answer them right now, but I want to know how long this program has been in force. Was there any notice that this program was going to start? And has there been a reduction in rats? And then how is the program being monitored for any success? And if someone comes and says, hey, it's a great success, that's fine, but right now this is what I'm seeing and I feel
Thank
so.
you. All right, thank you. We can take that back. Thank you. David?
I am mowing your summit before I cat upstairs. Doors
Doors upstairs?
go up by the house. It's hard for me to go in. I never out either. It's hard to put it on the door. I want you to put some almond doors on there. Almond door over on there.
Doors are hard to open, and it's hard to push the wheelchair through. And you want to know how we can get automatic doors.
Some door over on there, like everywhere else.
Doors and automatic doors and everywhere else. Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, David. Anyone else? Okay, please state your name.
Sam Hussein, JT Crova. I understand this board may have been offended by my comments at the last meeting. I understand that and I appreciate that. But how does this board expect us to react after what happened here? Please put yourself in our positions for 1 minute. Imagine working on a proposal for months. You're notified you've been awarded, and the recommendation for the award from the police department is on the agenda, and just like that, it's pulled from you. A year ago when this happened, we had individuals come forward and meet with our legal team. They warned us. There were anonymous emails, phone calls, and private meetings. They're also making allegations against this very board. Upon credible information and belief, our competition was making baseless allegations against our company to sabotage this process and convince this board to award a contract. I then met with my executive team, who convinced me to trust the process. Don't believe the allegations. The supervisor's office would not let politics get involved, and they would take the recommendation of the police department. How does a company not located in Canton Township, less equipment, less technology, less references, and double the price charged to Canton Township residents get an award? Not just an award. The term of the contract was revised and extended contrary to the bid that was put out to the public. We are in Canton Township. We provided 23 references from your surrounding communities, including 2 from the Michigan State Police and the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, the largest law enforcement entities in the state. Because we're aware of the baseless allegations made against our company, we also provided a reference from the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of Michigan, but it wasn't good enough. Mr. Clerk, Madam Supervisor, you're correct. This board ultimately has the authority to award a contract, but also has the power to terminate. Have you looked at the proposals? It's not even close. Let me remind this board, you're elected officials who are here to do what is in the best interest of Canton Township residents. I urge this board to help us find a resolution for the sake of diplomacy, transparency, and a fair and equitable process. We've been successful in this business because we work well with other companies. Almost every municipality we work with has more than one tower. It increases operational efficiency, provides more equipment and personnel. You're not relying on one company in the event of an emergency. This also creates a system of checks and balances for your police department. Although we have the capacity to be the sole tower, we're willing to work together. This is one resolution. I ask this board to reconsider and judge us based on our capabilities, response time, and overall performance. If the police department conducts an evaluation and we're not up to your standards, you have the authority to terminate. Madam Supervisor, please help us find a resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions?
Good evening. My name is Tom Stidham. I'm counsel for J&T Towing. And just to piggyback off of what Mr. Hussein said, as this board may have heard the last time, J&T Towing did submit a response or a protest to the award of this request for proposal. So far, we haven't heard anything from the city, or the township rather, excuse me, with respect to any kind of response. And irrespective of whether or not you have a purchasing ordinance, it's, I think, good government and prudent to respond to any request or any protest that's brought forward that encourages this body to weigh the merits of all the proposals. So we're simply asking, again, to piggyback on what Mr. Hussein said, to review the protest, the information that's contained in there, and please give us an opportunity to be heard on the subject. Thank you.
Questions or comments from the board? I'm sorry, for the audience? All right, public comment closed. Anything from the staff members? Anything coming up?
This weekend, we'll kick off our farmers market, so every Sunday out on Ridge Road at Preservation Park. So we're excited to have that, and that'll roll every Sunday through mid-October, so that we encourage everyone to check that out. And then next Saturday, May 20th, we're partnering with the American Cancer Society to offer the Relay for Life event in Heritage Park, so encourage folks to come on out for that as well. Saturday, May 20th.
Are jobs still available? Are you still looking for people?
We have some positions still up. A lot of our camp positions have been filled, but we're always looking for folks to help out in our parks. I believe there's still a handful of positions that are still posted currently. So, yeah, we're always looking at. We hire year-round. There's always positions available. So we encourage folks to check out our website and look for ways to join the team.
We want to use this opportunity to encourage everybody to be careful how they operate online. Every once in a while, or most frequently, we always hear of institutions and government entities being hijacked. Recently, last Friday, the entire Dallas township or municipality was basically hijacked through their IT department, and not even their 911 service could be, offered to the residents. So it's something that is very, and we also have an incident that just happened 2 days ago in California as well. We want to encourage everybody, be mindful of what you do online, and also if you're the type that uses email to communicate, be very careful what you respond to. Cybercrime is on the rise again, as we see. And again, for us who are in public service, we should be extremely careful about what we do online because the threats are real. Just not threatening everybody here now, but just keeping it real, as they say. Just be careful.
Back off of the theory of hiring. The police department is aggressively hiring, looking for all types of backgrounds that come in our police department. What I mean by that is we're looking at non-traditional paths into our police department, which we've never used before. Currently, one thing it just opened up for us is the military option. We're sponsoring people to join our ranks, and we'll send them to the police academy at a higher starting pay rate. So we're excited about that opportunity, and we're looking for many other opportunities that we can find right now. We are in the process, along with the rest of the departments in the United States, of finding people that are called to serve and serve as a police officer, which I think is the finest profession that you can do. So thank you for the chance to talk about it today.
Supervisor, anything? Okay, we'll start over here. Tanya, anything from you? Board comments?
Yeah, so Canton had its first Apathon event over the last weekend, and under the leadership of our supervisor and the technology committee, and we had more than 20 teams come over and participate at the summit, and Summit did a great job of organizing it, and the people there did a good job of helping us with the event, and we had great sponsors, and I would say the young minds or young adults, they came up with pretty neat ideas, and I'm hoping to see that this becomes an annual trend, and we can host this event again next year.
Thank you. Thank you. Summer?
I would just say Happy Mother's Day this weekend to everyone who's ever mothered a child. Happy Mother's Day.
Michael?
Since the last time we met, went to Houston for the National Conference or National Association of Election Officials. Was able to, while in Houston, tour Harris County election facilities while they were in the process of conducting their primary. They do it substantially early. They do their primary in May, right? We do ours in August, so big difference there. And they do early voting. So I got to kind of see the technology that they use, see their processes, look at their material. It was fantastic. I presented there on the rapid turnover in the field of elections as a consequence of the big lie and election denialism and what's occurred in our society since 2020, and how it impacts Michigan in particular. But then also brought back from the conference a substantial amount of really positive information about professionalism in the field of election administration, what we can do in Michigan, and what I can do here in Canton with my own staff. So it was a phenomenal conference, helping me get closer to certified by the National Association of Election Officials, which is the last certification I have left. But all in all, it was a substantial trip. On top of that, we are gearing up for, we're like about a month away from Liberty Fest, which is going to be our kickoff in the clerk's office for education around Proposal 2, which is the new constitutional rights that all voters are afforded in Michigan. One, is that individuals will be able to receive an absentee mail ballot from a single sign-up, so you can request a ballot in perpetuity. You can get a ballot mailed to you for all future elections. That is something that's substantially new, starting next year. And additionally, there will be, for all state and federal elections, there will be early voting. So we are going to be doing everything we possibly can to help voters understand that they can vote by mail for all future elections if they want to, and/or they can, well, you have to pick one, or they can vote early. They can vote early, and that's something that's never happened in Michigan history. So super exciting, and we're starting that process of getting voters ready for next year. It's going to be a presidential year, and the rules of the game are changing a little bit. So a lot of work to put in on that, but we're getting ready to start now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to echo what Summer said about wishing everyone Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all kinds of moms. And I also wanted to let Director Baugh know that I have seen some of the new recruiting videos on social media, so I thought that was pretty exciting to see those.
I too want to echo Happy Mother's Day for all the moms this Sunday. Hopefully everybody will have a wonderful day. Weather is getting beautiful outside. And just reminding people, you know, we have motorcycles out on the road now and bicycles, and kids are running in the streets. So as we enjoy these warmer days, just be careful when you're out on the roads.
Echo what everybody says for Happy Mother's Day, and then Tanya talked about the apathon. It was very fruitful. We got a lot of great ideas from some young people, so that's great to hear our young people's voices. And happy birthday to Maureen. I know that's coming up also. We also opened, we officially named the VA Clinic for Veterans, the Major General Oliver W. Dillard Clinic on Lots Road behind Sam's Club. That'll serve over 12,000 residents in our area, 12,000 veterans, so that's great because they really need that right now. So that's very proud of that. Chief Chad, are you aware of any feral program that we're involved in?
Speak to a little of the history from my recollection sitting here right now. About a decade ago, this board was faced with a lot of that conversation and both sides of this complaint. There's a lot of concern by residents about taking the cats to be put down, and there's a lot of residents concerned what we heard today. So this board was faced with that question before, and the one vendor that we actually can use right now is that location in Westland. So I can find out more information about their actual process, but this has been a huge challenge for the township and for this board, or the previous boards, so.
I don't know if you can make a list of the doors you're talking about also, that would help us, you know, if you have it written down.
The Summit? The walking track. Walking track at the Summit.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Happy Mother's Day. Any other comments? All right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Moved.
Motion made by Clerk Seeger, supported by Treasurer Slavens. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.